What is going on, everyone? It is Frenchie with the Jetboat Chronicles, and today we are going to do a walkthrough of the finished jet sled for 2017. We're wrapped with upgrades, so it's time to walk you through and show you what we changed. Welcome to part 2 of the Jetboat walkthrough. So the question I get asked most is, what is this thing? It's made by a company called Stealthcraft out of Michigan. This particular model is the 16-foot long, 54-inch wide power drifter. So Stealthcraft offers a couple of really cool options for the outside of their hulls. My particular sled, I went with a black carbon Kevlar veil. This is a matte finish and you can actually see the carbon weave when you get up close to it. It's a pretty stealthy, cool looking option in my opinion. They offer this same carbon veil in a couple of different colors. They offer standard gel coat finishes, and the coolest one in my opinion is their Artist series. So basically they actually take art, print it onto the Kevlar veil, and then laminate it to your hull. So it's not a wrap, it's actually part of the hull. It's pretty awesome. So one of the distinguishing features on my particular sled is my boat graphics. So the Plaid Kraken is a name that came up when I brought my cool carbon fiber boat to a gas station, and as I was filling up, a nice little lady asked me how I got the really cool plaid pattern onto the side of my boat. It's never been forgotten, the name kind of stuck, so it became the Plaid Kraken. The other question that I always get asked is, how big is the motor on this boat? This is a Mercury 4-stroke 60/40 jet with a big tiller option. So people have asked me, what's the deal with the big tiller option, and why do I specifically say big tiller option? Well, the honest answer is because it's just that. It's optional, and it's personal preference. For me, the only reason to have it is that it moves your power trim right out to the end of the tiller. So as you're running, with the touch of a thumb, you can adjust the depth of that motor and the depth of that jet foot at any second while you're running. It's pretty awesome. So this particular sled I had equipped with a couple of additional options. One, it does have a full electronics package, which I'll walk you through. But the battery, the main battery, is underneath this back deck, as well as the 9-gallon fuel cell. I think standard, these come with a 5-gallon. I tried to go to a 12, but a 12-gallon tank is too big to fit underneath this back deck for my layout, the way I wanted it. So I ended up with a 9. And that's still a lot of fuel for a sled this size, but I do a lot of long distance running. So when I take this down to the Salt in Florida, I'll run the outside of the Everglades for miles and miles, heading out of Everglades City. So I want the extra fuel capacity so I don't have to carry extra jerry cans with me, although a lot of times I normally do. So one of the upgrades I'm gonna have to check back in with you and give you a better update on is the new Pro-Lok system that we put in place. We were running Sawyer V-lambs with composite shafts and Cobra oar locks. This upgrade changes all of that. It's what they call an oar system because it includes new oar locks, it doesn't have your traditional rope wraps, and everything is carbon fiber and composite Kevlar. It weighs like 3 pounds an oar with a blade, and it's shoal cut style. Should be pretty awesome, but we'll let you know how it goes over the next couple of weeks.
We also picked up a Minnkota 55-pound thrust transom mount trolling motor. Now we wanted this to be a completely independent electric system, so we installed a new battery underneath the front deck, which used to be wasted space for us. This runs back to a circuit breaker, but then goes to Minnkota's plug system that we put on the back deck. The nice thing with this is it takes all of 30 seconds to clamp down the trolling motor, plug it in when we need it, and when we don't, we can pull it and go.
So for 2017, we also upgraded our anchor system. Now we've always run a power winch for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, we're lazy. But second of all, we fish all year long, and frozen anchor ropes suck in the winter. Also, cold hands due to wet anchor ropes also suck in the winter. On top of that, this frees up space from an anchor pulley system that we don't have to have because everything's power. And we've got 3 switches through the boat. One right here on the deckhand, one on the rower's box, and one back by the transom. So no matter where you're at in the boat, you can raise or lower the anchor from anywhere. Now, our big upgrade for 2017 was, even though this Minnkota Deckhand is rated for 40 pounds, it's not quite enough stopping power for us. So we decided to install a pulley system and install a 65-pound pyramid on here, which is plenty of stopping power and saves us from the upgrade of paying for a river lariat, which is not a cheap option. So by far, the biggest reason that I bought a Stealthcraft 2 years ago was because of the amount of space that these sleds have for their size. So as I said earlier, this is a 54-inch wide bottom boat, but it's 80 inches wide at the oar locks. There's a ton of space. Now I've gone with half tackle trays to keep the back even more open, and then earlier this year, I sent the boat back up to Stealthcraft and had them pull the rear seat and storage. So I have a completely open back deck, which allows me to do exactly what I'm doing right now, which is set up a tripod, run a camera, have room for whatever I need to do in this sled without having anything impede it.
So the upgrade that seems to be getting the most attention is our marine mat install. Now we did a full separate video on this, so be sure to check it out. But we contacted our buddies down in South Florida at Carbon Marine and asked if they could use files that we provided them, that we templated from our boat, to make a custom cut mat set, and they were able to. The end results came out awesome. I can't say thanks enough to the guys at Carbon Marine for working with us on this particular upgrade.
So as always guys, thanks for following along with the Jetboat Chronicles. We're really excited to get this sled back in the water for 2017, and in a couple of weeks we're heading down to Florida for our annual Everglades trip. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and check us out on both Facebook and Instagram. We'll see you guys soon.